going to go a little, sorry, a little bit backwards from what we were talking about when we took the break, and talk about the order of the children in the car in the back seat. Declan, I think you said, had a car seat.
Yes.
Seamus had a car seat.
Yes.
And Harmony would wear a seatbelt.
Yes.
And I think that you said earlier today, Declan was in the middle, Seamus was on the driver's side, and Harmony was in the passenger side.
Yes.
In May 16 of, well, actually, in June of 2023, you described Harmony in the back seat after Burger King, leaning on Seamus's seat.
Yeah, she was always leaning on one of the car seats.
Okay, and you said it was Seamus's.
Okay, so I must have it mixed up. I don't remember. I always thought Declan was in the middle.
Okay. If you told them on the 23rd that it was, June 23rd, that it was a Seamus, it could have been.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, when you were on May 16, 2023, you were talking about feeding the children, and you said Declan couldn't eat yet because he was an infant, but I gave Seamus a little piece at the time he was in the middle. Is that right?
Yes.
And that was as if it was a memory, that you were speaking from memory.
Yes.
And do you recall, because you talked about feeding Declan and putting the pieces in his mouth, do you recall if you did that?
I remember feeding one of them, both of them, I don't know.
Okay. And you talked about putting a sandwich on Harmony's lap, but not looking at her, right?
Right.
But you saw that she had a blanket on her lap, right?
Yeah, she always had a blanket on her.
And it was on her lap, you described it, right?
Yes.
Not over her, it was on her lap.
Right.
And that you were not looking, but you were sitting and just handing stuff back.
Right.
Okay. So, a couple of things on Union Avenue and what you described at Union Avenue. I think that you described the tote was in the, not the tote, the plastic thing with the tote inside, was in the closet, and then the tote was put in the refrigerator.
The bag was in the tote, in the closet. Then the bag ended up in the refrigerator.
CMC bag.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was in the refrigerator for a bit until it was taken out to go into the bathtub.
Yes.
And after it was in the bathtub, it went in the freezer.
Yes.
Okay. And you talked about events in the freezer. I mean, in the shower. And described for the jury lime.
Yes.
And that lime was used in the shower.
No.
Did you say that lime was put in a bag?
Yes.
So that was on the floor of the bathroom. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? And why lime?
Adam got the lime. I don't know where it came from.
Okay. Did y'all research lime and what it might do?
I did not.
Okay. It's not like anything was dissolving in the shower or anything, right? With the lime? In the
It wasn't in the bathroom. It wasn't used in the shower.
Okay. But nothing was dissolving or anything with lime, right?
I have no idea.
You were in there.
Not the whole time.
Okay. You said that lime was put in a bag and then Harmony's body was put in a bag. You didn't see any reaction of her body to the lime, right?
No.
Nothing changed.
I didn't see her body and put in the bag with the lime. Adam said that he was going to be putting her body in the lime In the bag that has the lime in it.
Okay. Okay. And you talked on direct about a tool. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And when you first spoke to the police, you told them that scissors were the only tool used in the shower, right?
From what I remember, yes.
Okay. And the scissors were used to cut clothes off of Harmony.
Yes.
And you used the scissors,
Yes.
and you cut off Harmony's hoodie.
Yes.
And you're saying Adam used the scissors
Yes.
and cut off her leggings?
Yes.
And those were the only tools in the bathroom, right?
That I saw, yes.
How big's a bathroom?
The bathroom wasn't that big.
Okay. You saw the things that were in the bathroom, right?
Yes.
And you claim to have seen a bag of lime in the bathroom, right?
Yes.
You didn't see any tools, right?
No, I saw a bag of lime and trash bags.
Okay. And there weren't any tools sitting outside the bathroom, right?
No.
Okay. And you didn't hear any power saws?
No, because it was really loud.
What was really loud?
Our neighbor next door was a drunk and very loud, always blasting his music.
Okay. And you think that the music could have overcome power tools if they were used?
I believe so, yeah. It was very loud all the time.
Okay. And when you first talked to the police, you actually denied that you helped Adam in the bathroom, right?
Right.
And you denied that you had anything to do with what he did in the bathroom.
Right.
You said that Adam didn't want you in the bathroom.
Right.
And then when you had to admit that you were in the bathroom, you ended up admitting that you cut off the hoodie, right?
Right.
And you ended up admitting that you were zipping up the bag
Yes.
at the end.
Yes.
So you were in the bathroom for a while,
No.
for a few times.
Like a couple times, yes.
Okay. And otherwise, the shower was going.
Yes.
And so presumably the water is doing something.
Yes.
And a bag of lime on the floor in the bathroom would generally not be touched by a shower that's in the tub, right?
No, it was in the corner of the bathroom.
Okay, away from the tub.
Yes.
Okay. But the shower, I think you said, was going continuously
Yes.
the whole time,
Yes.
and you could hear that.
That's what I saw.
Saw or heard?
I saw. I couldn't hear it, but I saw.
And you saw it going the whole time?
Not the whole time, but I assumed the whole time
Okay. Okay.
because he told me what he was doing.
Okay. And you and Adam were working together to take the clothes off of Harmony
Yes.
and put her in the bag.
I didn't put her in the bag.
You zipped up the bag.
He needed help zipping up the bag. I was there in the beginning, and I was there in the end.
Excuse me. Sir, you need to step out or turn the pager off. Okay, please step out. Thank you. Would we ask your question, Attorney Smith?
I forgot what it was. Okay. So what you're saying now is you didn't know if the shower was going the whole time.
No.
Okay. Now, you didn't know if Adam used any tools in the shower because you weren't there the whole time,
Right?
but you never saw any.
No.
And the police specifically asked you about tools
Yes.
and specific types of tools, right?
Yes.
And you told them that the only tool that Adam had was a box, a big box under the counter in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And that when he pulled out that box one time when he was losing it, he broke the counter.
Yes.
And it was a pretty big box, right?
Yes.
And you did not see any other power tools in the apartment,
No.
before or since?
I'm sorry?
Before that day or after that day?
No.
Okay. And they actually showed you pictures of power tools
Yes.
to ask you about those power tools.
Yes.
And did they show you a picture of a big table saw?
Yes.
And that wasn't That was or was not similar to what you had seen in the apartment?
It was similar to it.
Okay. I'm going to show you a picture. Do you recognize this picture?
Yes.
And is that what you're saying? Well, how do you recognize this picture?
It's a table saw.
Uh-huh. And was that the type of tool that you had seen in the apartment?
Yeah, there was a table saw in the box.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask that this page be marked as an exhibit, Your Honor. It's not pre-marked.
Attorney Smith, for identification or full?
Full.
Any objection? All right, it can be marked as a full exhibit.
And they also showed you a picture of a circular saw, right?
I don't know the difference.
Okay, I'm going to show you another picture. And ask you if you recognize that, what's in that picture.
Yeah, that's what it looked.
Pardon?
It looked more like what it was than that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you actually told the detective that it looked like the cordless compact circular saw.
No, it wasn't cordless.
Okay, you say it had a cord.
Yes.
Okay, and Your Honor, I'm sorry, I did not have this pre-marked. I would like this offered as a full exhibit.
It be entered as a full exhibit.
Thank you. And this is, thank you. And do you remember the detective saying out loud that, did it look like the cordless compact circular saw? And you said, yeah.
No.
Okay. Got a copy of Defendant's Exhibit E for ID. And I'm going to ask you to, again, look wherever you want. Let me put this in an easier position. But read that portion at least.
Yeah, it wasn't cordless.
Okay, but the photograph that the detective had showed you was, as he said, of a cordless compact circular saw, right?
Right.
And the photograph that's been marked as I is at least indicates it's a cordless compact circular saw, or cordless circular saw.
Yeah, that's what it says, but it wasn't cordless, the one that was in the house, the apartment.
But that was the one that it looked like?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Detective Dunleavy showed you another photograph and asked if that perhaps looked like the tool under the sink?
That one?
No, a different one.
I don't know.
Do you recall him showing you a picture of a miter saw?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay. We'll get there. So, earlier in direct, you were given a picture of a power tool, right?
Yeah.
And you had signed that photograph, right?
Right.
Or, I'm sorry, initialed it, right?
Yeah.
Do you know when you initialed it?
No.
Pardon?
No.
Was it recent or a long time ago?
I know I did some recent and I did some a long time ago, so I don't remember.
You signed some photographs recently and signed some a long time ago?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show you. And I keep saying sign, and I'm misstating. You initialed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 63.
For identification or full?
It's been in as full.
That was recent.
This you
Yes.
signed recently
Yes.
in one of those prep sessions.
Yes.
And back in March 16, 2023, you did not sign Exhibit 63 as the tool that you had seen, right?
Right.
And if I may publish, Your Honor.
Any objection?
And the name of the type of saw on that photograph that you recently signed was M18 Fuel 18-volt lithium-ion brushless cordless size grinder with paddle switch, tool only.
Yes.
But back in March of 2023, when you were shown photographs, you identified the one that looked most like the tool as the cordless circular saw, right? I'll show you Defendant's Exhibit I.
I don't get what you're trying to say.
This cordless circular saw photograph was the one that you identified most like the tool that was under the counter.
Yes.
Okay. If I may, Your Honor?
Yep.
So how was it that you came to initial a grinder with paddle photograph? What happened? What was the exchange where you initialed it?
Because my mom had a similar tool just like that one. Adam asked to take it, and I said, no, you're not taking it. It's my mother's.
Okay.
And he wanted to take it, and I don't remember if he took it or not because he would have did it behind my back.
Okay. And there were never any new tools in the apartment, right?
Not that I knew of.
And you didn't see any new tools around the time that you were talking about the things that you and Adam did in the shower.
Right, but he also brought lime and whatever else into the apartment, and I had no idea.
Okay. And you also talked to the prosecutor about tools in your prep session, right?
Right.
And in that prep session, you said you didn't know of any tools, but Adam said he wanted to, right?
Yes.
And that came in the most recent prep sessions that Adam told you he wanted to use tools.
Right.
And you didn't say when they were asking you about tools in June 3rd or June 23rd, you didn't see any tools, but Adam wanted to use tools, right?
Right.
And you didn't say in March 16 of 2023 that you didn't see tools. There was an old thing that looked kind of like the circular saw, but Adam said he wanted to use tools, right? And when you're prepping for your testimony here, I think that you said your parole hearing was coming up in May?
I don't know about my hearing. I know my minimum is in May.
Okay, and so you are hoping for a parole hearing and to get out in May, right?
Yeah.
But it's not guaranteed, right?
No.
Okay. And on that time where the state had you initial that fuel grinder, did they show you the picture and say, have you ever seen this?
Yes.
And you said, yeah, my mom has one.
I said, yes, my mom had one. I saw that she had one of those.
Okay. And when they showed you this picture, that you thought it might be important to the case, right?
Because Adam asked to take it, and I
Okay.
told him not to.
Okay. And that's a real clear memory, right?
Right.
And it's something that you never mentioned in June or March 22, 23, right?
Because it didn't get brought up. I wasn't thinking about that.
Well, they were asking about tools, weren't they?
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking about tools that my mom had. I wasn't remembering that Adam wanted to take that.
Okay. Okay. And what was that tool? Did you remember what it was?
A handsaw.
Okay.
That's what I call it anyway.
Okay. And what were the circumstances that you saw it at your mom's place?
Because my mother works with wood. She has her own refurbishing
Uh-huh.
company, and she does her own woodwork.
Okay.
And she just got it. It was brand new in the box.
Okay. So if it was brand new and purchased, it was brand new in December of 2021.
Yes.
Okay. The police showed you photograph of the CMC bag when you were doing the interview in June of 2023, right?
Yes.
And you identified that as the same type of bag, the same as the one that you got from Catholic Medical Center when you had your child.
Yes.
And you actually thought that it was your bag.
Right.
You thought they had found the bag.
Yeah.
And you had thought that because you recognized this little spot
Yeah.
in the photograph. I may publish, Your Honor. So let me talk about what you've described as the treatment of that CMC bag. You say that Harmony's body was taken down from the ceiling at Fit and put into the shower at Fit
Yes.
and put into a trash bag and into the CMC bag.
Yes.
And that body stayed in the CMC bag for a while.
Yes.
And then you took the CMC bag down the street to Portland Pie.
Yes.
And then the CMC bag came back to, and that Harmony's body was in the closet in that bag at Union, right?
Yes.
And that then it was Harmony's body was in the refrigerator in that bag.
Yes.
And then Harmony's body was in the bathroom with water running and her body and lime and all that stuff in that bag.
Yes.
And then in the freezer.
Yes.
And then taken away.
Yes.
And you believed that this bag was the same bag
Yes.
because of that little dot there.
Yes.
Because the last time you saw the bag, that was the only stain on the bag or something.
Not the only stain, but that was a stain that would not go away.
Ah, did you wash the bag?
No, but I tried getting it off
How?
by rubbing it off.
Okay.
Wiping it.
Pardon?
Wiping it.
Okay. Okay. Now, after the thing in the shower, Adam became pretty despondent, right?
What does that mean?
Hurt inside.
Yeah.
And you said that he tried to kill himself.
Yeah.
And you told him that he had to live and be there for the kids.
Right.
And that the kids need him and you needed him and he shouldn't do it.
Yes.
And
Basis?
without your, if I may rephrase, Your Honor,
Oh, you may rephrase. The question is withdrawn, the objection is sustained.
without saying exactly what you said, you tried to talk about your lives together to give him something to live for.
Yes.
Okay. And the main focus of that was the kids.
Yes.
Okay. The completely changing the subject, I want to take you back to the summer of 2019, and you testified about Kevin and Adam having an argument and you overhearing it.
Yes.
And the argument was about Kevin Montgomery's failure to pay bills that he had promised to pay, right?
Part of it, yeah.
Okay. You all were kind of left in the lurch because those bills weren't paid, right?
Yes.
I may have a moment, Your Honor? Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else? When you're ready.
If I may just have a moment.
Attorney Knowles, I need you to have the microphone there, so I don't know if you, thank you. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you. So, Kayla, you just said that part of that argument was about failure to pay bills. Can you tell the jurors what the other part of that argument was about?
It was about Adam hitting Harmony.
It was about, sorry?
Adam hitting Harmony.
Okay. And this bag that you have identified,
Yes.
is it similar, is it identical to the one that was brought to the Econo Lodge?
Yes.
Is it identical to the one that Adam left in the U-Haul with?
Yes.
And the stains that you mentioned, when did they make it onto that bag?
Before we left Guilford Street.
Before you left Guilford Street?
Yes.
And so that would have been before Harmony's body was ever placed in the bag?
Yes.
Before the defendant murdered Harmony?
Yes.
Before he beat her to death in that parking lot?
Yes.
Was that-
Sustained.
Let me rephrase, Judge. Was that before he beat her to death in the parking lot?
Yes.
Attorney Smith just showed you several items, saws, and I want to be very clear. The saw in my right hand was what the defendant discussed.
Objection, meeting.
Sustained.
Foundational question. Did he testify on direct that the saw in my right hand was the one that the defendant discussed using to dismember Harmony?
Yes.
Did he say that on direct? Because that's in fact what he did. He discussed using this to dismember Harmony.
Yes, he did.
And the saw in my left hand that the defense attorney showed you just now, was this similar to the item that was under your countertop?
Yes.
Attorney Smith asked you, she asked you about if that's when the defendant was losing it. What does losing it mean to you? Was that when he was hitting you? Was that something else?
Everything. He was abusive. He, in all ways, physical, emotional, and mentally.
You said physical, you said emotional, and you said mentally.
Yes.
And let's unpack that. How was he physical with you? How was he physically abusive towards you in that period before you escaped him?
He thought that I was telling on him, or cheating on him, or trying to kill him.
Okay. And how was he physical with you in those interactions?
He wanted me to tell him who I was cheating on him with, or if I was working with the cops, and I kept saying that I didn't, and he kept hitting me anyway, and then I started telling him that I did, even though I wasn't, and he still kept hitting me anyway.
And let's talk about that. Why would you tell him that you were doing these things, working with the police, why would you tell him that, even though you weren't at the time?
So that I wouldn't get hit.
Did he still hit you?
Yes.
You said that he was emotionally abusive to you. Tell the jurors about that.
Because he'd go back and forth with telling me to tell him that I was working with the cops, and he would accuse me of sleeping with the guy downstairs, sleeping with all these different people, that I came out of the window one night, I couldn't take care of the kids. He wouldn't let me do anything without him being there.
You said that he was mentally abusive to you. Can you tell the jurors how?
By asking me if I was working with the cops and making sure that I stuck with the story that he brought me to work and dropped me off and was bringing Harmony to her mom.
And can you tell us who came up with that story?
He did, Adam.
And you stuck to it.
Yeah.
You stuck to it even though you knew you weren't working at the time. I'll rephrase. Did you stick to it even though you knew you weren't working at the time?
Yes.
Attorney Smith asked you about Adam being pure evil. Did you think that Adam was pure evil?
When he would start going crazy, yeah.
And you mentioned the evil eyes. When he looked at you in that moment. Evil eyes. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And was that right after he'd beaten Harmony?
Yeah, it just got worse.
Were there also good times with the defendant in that period?
Yeah. But it was mostly bad.
And in those bad times, were you hoping for the good times?
Yeah.
Kayla, do you still love the defendant?
I still care about him. Because he's the father of my children. He was my best friend. It's been hard for me to just let go.
Kayla, I want to switch gears with you just a bit. You mentioned that after the defendant had beaten Harmony to death, after your car died at that intersection, after the defendant realized that Harmony was dead, that he got a duffel bag out of the trunk. And Attorney Smith asked you about him getting that duffel bag out of the trunk. And you said that the trunk would not open.
Yeah.
And he had to go in through the back seats.
Yeah.
Can you tell the jurors why the trunk wouldn't open?
When the car died, nothing was electronic was working. The windows wouldn't go down. The car just stopped working.
Kayla, I'm going to switch gears with you again. And I'm sorry to bounce around like this, but you talked about Mr. Badero, Anthony Badero, being a source of drugs, an occasional source of drugs.
Yes.
And Attorney Smith asked you about how these drugs would be purchased.
Yes.
And I believe the testimony that she asked you about was that sometimes you'd pay for them, sometimes he'd give them to you for free. Do you remember that line of questioning?
Yes.
Would Mr. Badero also accept food stamps or SNAP as a form of payment for drugs?
Yes.
And when you were living in the car, is that a form of payment that he accepted?
Yes.
Did that lead to your family having to eat baby food as a result?
Yes.
Who was eating baby food while you were living in that car?
All of us. Myself and the boys. And Harmony.
Attorney Smith asked you about trying to keep things quiet in the parking lot of the Colonial Village Apartments that morning around 2, 3 a.m. when you woke up and the defendant was beating Harmony, striking her blow after blow. And you talked about the children not screaming. Is that because at the same time he was telling them to shut the fuck up? I think that was your testimony on direct.
Yes.
Who was he telling to shut the fuck up?
Harmony.
And was that before, during, or after he was brutally beating her?
Before and after.
Attorney Smith asked you several questions about Harmony, the changes that were happening to her. And she said that it was difficult for Harmony because of all the changes. And you agreed with that, but I want to ask you about that. Was it difficult for Harmony because of all the changes that she was going through?
Objection. Just by the board.
Why don't you finish the question and then I'll rule on the objection.
So, Kayla, was it difficult for Harmony because of all the changes she was going through, or because she was terrified of the defendant?
Sustained. You may rephrase the question.
Kayla, was it difficult for Harmony because of her fear of the defendant?
Objection.
It's a direct question, it's not a leading
Approach.
question. So, Kayla, was Harmony, was it because of all of these changes, or was it for some other reason?
Overruled.
Or was it for some other reason?
I think it was all of it.
And let's talk about all of it. Can you tell the jurors what all of it is?
Adam being abusive, physically and mentally, and everything she went through from her mom and her dad.
And Kayla, when you say Adam being abusive, you're talking about the accidents that you would have.
Yes.
During your cross-examination, this was last week, the defense attorney said during her examination of you that Harmony died in the car with you, right? And you weren't able to explain the answer that you'd given. Who else was in the car with you, with Harmony, when Harmony died?
Adam and the two boys.
And who was striking her repeatedly right before she died?
Adam.
Are you aware that the defense argued in their opening that something happened to Harmony in the middle of the night, and that thing killed her before the defendant was even around?
Right.
So, is that true?
No.
Did Harmony die in the middle of the night alone with you when the defendant wasn't even there?
No.
So when you testified during the defendant's examination that you thought Harmony was sleeping but then found out she was dead,
Yes.
was that in the middle of the night, or was that the next day after your car broke down?
That was the next day.
That was after the methadone clinic.
Yes.
Kayla, you were asked last Friday, about a letter that you'd written with various demands. Do you remember that? It's the defense exhibit G.
Yes.
In that letter, you discuss betraying the defendant, and the attorney asked you if you wrote betraying, but you weren't asked to explain what betraying meant. Can you tell the jurors what you meant when you said betraying?
I felt like I was betraying him, Adam, by telling what happened to Harmony. And I was fighting with myself. Because I didn't want him to be mad at me for doing the right thing.
Were you referring to the secret that you'd been keeping for 2 years?
Yes.
Were you referring to telling the truth about him beating Harmony to death? I'll strike that question, Judge. Last week, you were asked to describe a conversation that you had with the defendant where he agreed to take the fall for Harmony's death, but you weren't asked to explain what that meant. What did you mean when you said take the fall, or when he said take the fall?
That he wants me with the children, and no matter what happens, he's the one at fault.
Was he taking the fall for something that you did?
No,
Did you beat Harmony to death?
no,
Was he taking the fall for what he had done?
yes,
You said that in the spring of 2020, the defendant was acting strange. He was accusing you of telling on him for what he'd done to Harmony. What did you mean when you said he was acting strange?
every time we got high, as soon as he got high, he started freaking out and just accused me of working with the cops, thought there was cameras in the house, the TV, smashed every phone we had, just destroyed the whole apartment.
When you were asked about lying to the grand jury, you said that he was stuck in your head. What did you mean by that?
That I stick with the story that he told me to say.
And that was stuck in your head during your testimony.
Yes.
I want to talk about that list of items that you gave, your requirements, the things that you'd like before testifying. Did you get immunity?
No.
Where are you currently living, Kayla?
New Hampshire State Prison for Women.
Kayla, did you get to keep your children?
No.
Do you have any rights to them?
No.
Are you even allowed to speak to them right now, Kayla?
No.
You said that after the defendant repeatedly struck Harmony, after he put the blanket over her, after she moaned, after the strange crying, moaning stopped, after he did drugs, and after the car died, you thought that Harmony was asleep under that blanket.
Yes.
Why did you think that she may be sleeping after Adam repeatedly struck her?
Because she usually just goes to sleep after.
Kayla, why stay with someone? Why stay with someone that does this to you?
Because I was scared. And I still cared about him.
Why defend a person that does this to you?
Because I was scared of what would happen. I didn't want anybody getting in trouble.
Why stay with someone? Why stay with someone that does what you did to a helpless girl like this?
Because for some reason I still cared about him.
Why defend someone that beat her to death?
I don't know. I was scared.
Attorney Smith asked you about a proffer agreement, your agreement to provide information about what the defendant had done, what had happened to Harmony. Do you remember that line of questioning?
Yes.
And she asked you about how none of those statements could be used against you. And I think you
Yes.
agreed with that.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you, Kayla, I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 102 for identification, and I'm just going to ask that you review that document and look up when you're ready. Kayla, is that the agreement as you remember it?
Yes.
And do you recognize any of the signatures on that final page?
Yes.
Which one do you recognize?
Mine and my attorney and the AG.
Is that the true and correct agreement?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I move to admit states, what's marked for identification as states 102.
Any objection? No, Your Honor. All right, the ID may be stricken and be entered as a full exhibit.
I'm going to take it back. Kayla, does that agreement discuss how your statements can be used against you?
Yes.
Tell the jurors how your statements can be used against you.
If I lie.
Does it say what other than your statements can be used against you if you lie?
I could get charged with anything.
Does it discuss evidence related to Harmony, her body?
Yes.
Can that information also be used against you?
Yes.
Now, is that the information that you went to that meeting with?
Yes.
And you knew about that before you testified yesterday and today?
Yes.
Kayla, do you remember being, do you remember being asked by the defense attorney last Friday about deciding to take an agreement with the prosecution?
Yes.
Do you remember Attorney Smith asking you the following questions and you providing the following answer? She said, but you knew they had you solid on the perjury charges, right?
Yes.
And you said right to that. You were never getting around that one. Attorney Smith asked you. You were never getting around that one.
Right.
And so you decided this would probably be,
Objection at meeting.
Overruled.
and so you decided this would probably be the best you could do to get as few consequences as you can, as possible, for your actions as possible, right? Do you remember being asked those questions?
Yes.
Because people facing criminal charges make strategic decisions to admit to some lesser offenses to try to limit their legal exposure or get as few consequences for their legal actions as possible, right?
Right.
Now, the defense asked you about that legal strategy, so you think that they would be aware of it, right?
Yes.
Are you aware that falsifying physical evidence, that abuse of a corpse, it's lesser than murder?
Yes.
And are you aware that in their opening they told this jury that that they can find the defendant guilty of falsifying and abuse of a corpse?
Yes.
Can you remind these jurors who killed Harmony?
Adam Montgomery.
I can have just a moment. No further questions, thank you.
I think you testified that you were aware of what was said on openings, right?
Yes.
How were you aware?
I'm sorry.
How were you aware of what was said at openings?
I was told by the lawyer.
Your lawyer told you what was said at opening.
I believe so. I don't know. I'm not like here right now.
Pardon?
Can you rephrase the question, please?
Some issues that come up that the court has to deal with before we can bring you back in. We have dealt with that, and the defense may proceed.
When we took the break, you had indicated that you learned information about what was said in opening statements by Adam's attorneys about
Yes.
the case, right?
Yes.
And you were, I think the state asked, were you aware that he said something happened in the night of December 6th to December 7th with you alone in the car?
Yes.
And he also said, were you aware that Adam was conceding that he had been involved in the manipulation, well, the abuse of the court's charge
Yes.
and the falsifying evidence charge?
Yes.
And you learned this the morning before you testified.
Yes.
And you learned this because your attorney spoke to you about it.
Yes.
Overruled.
And learning this allowed you to prepare for the answers that you would give.
Yes.
And you discussed the ways that you would deal with this information.
Objection.
Overruled.
Not really, no.
Okay. You thought about this information and you knew that that was different from what you had told police and the prosecutors before.
Yes.
And you thought about this information and this pointed the finger at you, right?
Yes.
And you certainly didn't want to have the finger pointed at you, right?
Right.
And you wanted to think about and prepare yourself for how you would respond to those questions. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And and it was sort of like the prep sessions with the state and with the police, that you could think about things that had happened and maybe give a better or different explanation the next time you spoke to someone.
I'm sorry, I'm not. Yeah.
When the police, during your interviews, raised questions or skepticism about information that you gave him, you'd sometimes change your statements, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Assumes facts.
Overruled.
No.
Well, when the police spoke to you in June 3rd, you said that you were not in the bathroom and that you were not involved with what happened in the shower when Harmony's body was at Union Avenue, right?
Right.
And then the next time you talked to the police, you said you were a little bit aware, and then you slipped up and said something, and the police said, "Did you cut any of the clothes off?" And you said, "Yeah, the hoodie," right?
That's not how that happened, but
Okay. But you had denied anything, and then as time and their questioning went on, you acknowledged that you were a participant, right?
right.
Okay. And you talked on direct about Adam losing it in after Harmony's body was in the shower, right?
Not that day, but yes.
Okay, sometime after, right?
Right.
And that he was accusing you of cheating on him,
Yeah.
accusing you of trying to kill him,
Yes.
accusing you of having cameras all over the house,
And other things, yes.
and accusing you of blaming him for Harmony's death to the police,
No.
accusing you of telling the police.
Right. You already said that.
Pardon?
You already said that.
Okay. So he was accusing you of telling the police that he had caused Harmony's death,
Yes.
and accusing you of telling the police that you were trying to poison him.
Yes.
He was scared of you.
No.
Okay. And none of that was true, right?
What do you mean?
You weren't cheating on him, right?
Right.
And you weren't trying to poison him,
Right.
and you weren't accusing him of Harmony's death.
No.
He had just sort of lost his mind for a while, right?
Yes.
And in that time period, he got violent.
Yes.
And you told the grand jury when you were talking about that time period that he punched you twice,
I don't remember saying how many times, but yes.
or a couple of times.
Yes.
And that sounds right? Or do you want to see your grand jury testimony?
No, I was just gonna say yes.
Okay. And he punched you twice, and
Objection, Your Honor.
Oh.
Characterization.
The objection is sustained.
you told the grand jury he punched you twice or a couple of times, right?
Right.
And then in March, this started to happen again, right?
It never stopped.
Okay. And you have a picture of, and I'm showing you, State's Exhibit 99, of you with redness along your eyes.
Yes.
And this is a picture that you took of yourself and sent to other people, right?
Right.
Because you were angry at what he had done to you.
I sent it to my own family.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
And you left him,
Yes.
but he was the one that got arrested,
Right.
and you filed a restraining order on him.
Yes.
and went back with your mother for a while,
Yes.
and went to the shelter for a while,
Yes.
and tried to get back with Adam.
Yes.
And you're saying it was not a couple of times after Harmony's body was taken away, it was constant.
Yes.
And then he had also, we talked about, become despondent and sort of suicidal.
It happened twice, yes.
She just said it happened twice.
Overruled.
And you took care of your kids, right?
Yes.
And took care of Adam
Yes.
and continued on with your life.
Yes.
You said that the state asked you about Adam being pure evil, right?
Yes.
And that's what you said you saw in Adam at the time that you say that he was beating Harmony.
Yes.
And you're saying that a child was beaten to death beside you, looking like pure evil, and you continued on with your children and your life with Adam.
Yeah, but it wasn't okay.
Okay. And you did nothing about Harmony's death.
No, I asked him to stop, and he didn't.
Okay. I'm talking about after Harmony was died, you continued on with your life, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't okay. It was abusive.
Okay. And you don't like that, abusive, right?
Right.
And you would not approve of abusive behavior.
Well, I was taking it
Okay.
when I shouldn't have. It took a while for me to just leave him. It's really hard.
Okay. Now, the duffel bag in the trunk of the car, you eventually got the trunk open, right?
No, we didn't get the trunk open.
Well, you eventually got a bunch of stuff out of the trunk, right?
Yes.
And were you present when the Mr. Badero drove Adam back to the car?
Yes, I was with him.
And the kids were where?
With us.
Okay. And at that point, you were trying to get the rest of the stuff out of the car.
Yes.
And you were able to take some things out of the car.
Yes.
From the back seat
Yes.
and from the trunk.
Yes.
And let's talk about the letters talking about betrayal. Remember talking about that on redirect?
Yes.
Anyway, those letters were the handwritten notes that were taken from yourself.
Yes.
And you are talking about betrayal of Adam because you don't want to hurt Adam.
Right.
But I think you said on redirect, but you had to do the right thing.
Right.
And that's what you meant when you wrote the word betrayal, was that you didn't want to hurt Adam, but you had to do the right thing.
Right.
And after you wrote that letter, where you didn't want to hurt Adam, but you had to do the right thing, you went and lied to the grand jury.
When I was subpoenaed, yes.
And that was after the letter about betrayal, right?
A few months after, yes.
And that was not doing the right thing, right?
Right.
Because you knew how Harmony died, right?
Right.
And you knew when she died, right?
Right.
And you knew where she died, right?
Yes.
And the right thing would have been to tell the grand jury that information, right?
Right.
And you did not do the right thing.
Not yet.
Okay. And then I think you said that Adam and you talked about, I think you called it take the fall, because he wanted you to be with the children.
Yes.
So Adam agreed to take the fall for what happened to Harmony to protect you,
No, not just to protect me.
to protect you being there for the children.
Yeah.
Okay. And he said if anything happens, he would take the fall.
Right.
And you expected that he would do that, right?
No.
You didn't expect that he would do that.
No.
Okay. But he did, right?
No.
Ah, okay. Sorry. He took the fall in the sense that both of you represented to other people that he had taken Harmony to Crystal.
Right.
Okay. So he was allowing him to be the focus of anybody's questions, not you, right?
Right.
And you said that you said that Dunkin' Donuts, that you stuck with the story even though you didn't work at Dunkin' Donuts on the 30th, right?
Right.
And I think you said that Adam said make it sometime around Thanksgiving, right?
No.
The story about him going with Harmony off to Crystal. and
Yeah,
you-
because we got kicked out of the house, but it was just that time.
Okay. And you were the one that picked the date that you would say that you were working at Dunkin' Donuts, right?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Well, you said that you continued with your story even though you knew you didn't work that day, right?
Right.
And you continued with the story because in the middle of grand jury, you learned that they had gotten the Dunkin' Donuts records, right?
Yeah.
And you continued with the story because you weren't prepared to say anything else.
I didn't want to say the other issue of what happened.
Okay. And you had been advised prior to the grand jury testimony, those ground rules were saying every time that you lie, you might get stacked charges, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that has been the focus of everything that you have done since being arrested is to be in as little trouble as possible, right?
I'm sorry.
You have said things to try and get out of trouble or keep the trouble as little as possible, right?
No.
Yeah? Well, when they continued asking questions, you could have asked to see your lawyer, right?
Right.
But you continued with the story, right?
Right.
Because you didn't have another one to say.
Because that's what Adam told me to say. I didn't know what else I was going to say. I just stuck with the story.
Okay. So you didn't know what else to say, so you stuck with the story, right?
Right.
And you had talked before about betraying Adam, but weren't ready at the grand jury.
Right.
Okay. And you said that you were afraid to do anything because you were afraid of what would happen, right?
Right.
And I think one of the things that you told the state that you were afraid of what would happen was that Adam threatened to have Kevin kill you?
Yeah.
Okay. Kevin is the uncle that used to live in 77 Guilford Avenue, right?
Yes.
And the one that was in that fight with Adam that you said that you overheard in the summer?
Yes.
Okay. State talked to you about your cooperation agreement that you reached before talking to the police about what happened, that you said happened to Harmony, right?
Right.
And one of the things that it said was that your statements couldn't be used against you, right?
Right.
And that they wanted the truth, right?
Right.
And you told them when you first spoke after having this agreement that you did not go into the shower at Union Avenue when Adam was manipulating the body, right?
Right.
Or-
Right.
And that was not the truth, right?
No.
And didn't get in any trouble for it, right?
Right.
You just changed your testimony, right?
Right.
Basis?
Oh, rephrase.
Okay.
Your statement, right?
Right.
And as time went on and they would approach you with things, you might adjust your statement to fit some of the questions, right?
Right.
Okay. And by that agreement, you were supposed to only tell the truth, right?
Right.
And your story changed somewhat, right?
Right.
And at the grand jury, you were only supposed to tell the truth, right?
Right.
And you lied.
Right. Married.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further from the state?
Your Honor, no further questions.
All right, you may sit down. State may call its next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, the state calls Ms. Courtney Garcia to the stand. When you get there, please just remain standing for a brief moment. Ms. Garcia, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony that you will give this jury will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please feel free to have a seat.
Thank you.
And feel free to pour yourself a glass of water if you'd like for any reason. Ms. Garcia, as we're being recorded here today, would you please state your full name and spell both your first and your last name for the record?
Yes, my name is Courtney Garcia, Courtney Garcia.
Okay, thank you. And what city do you live in?
Manchester, New Hampshire.
How long have you lived here?
About 5 years.
And are you currently employed?
Not at the moment.
Okay. What type of jobs have you had in your life?
I've had some supervisor positions. I've worked as a counselor in the addiction field, restaurant jobs.
Okay. And currently, right now, do you have any children?
I do.
Okay. How old?
13 months.
It sounds like a handful.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, with regards to the name Adam Montgomery, have you heard that name before?
Yes.
All right. How do you know Adam Montgomery?
He is a childhood friend of my husband,
Okay. And what's your husband's name?
Matthew Garcia.
With regards to Adam Montgomery, have you met him in person before?
I have.
Okay. And also, at any point in time, were the two of you working together?
Yes, he was one of my employees.
Please, Your Honor.
Mr. May?
Ms. Garcia, I'd like to show you what's been marked State's Exhibit 101. Do you recognize that person?
Yes, that's Adam Montgomery.
That's Adam Montgomery. The same Adam Montgomery that we're talking about?
Yes.
I'd like to ask you very specifically about Mr. Montgomery, and I'd like to ask about Thanksgiving of 2019, if I can.
Okay.
Did you see Mr. Montgomery on Thanksgiving of 2019 or around that time?
I did, on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving Day?
Yes.
Okay.
It was in the evening.
I'm sorry, in the evening?
Yes.
Okay. And I would ask if you can just kind of scoot a little bit more forward, actually. You saw him in the evening, right?
Correct.
And when you saw him in the evening, let me ask, did you become aware of where he was living at the time?
Yes, I did. He was living in his vehicle.
What did the car look like?
It was a Chrysler Sebring, very bald tires, silver to my knowledge.
And where did you see him that evening?
I saw him at the Pestataquag, I think that's how you pronounce it, apartments in Manchester, New Hampshire, in the parking lot.
Okay. What, if anything, did you do for him that day?
My husband and I provided Adam gas money, and we offered him a place to stay.
Okay. And that was on Thanksgiving, correct?
Correct.
All right. And what did Mr. Montgomery say to that when you offered him a place to stay that night? Regards to Thanksgiving and staying, what did the defendant say when you made that offer?
Adam was kind of for it, but Kaylin and Adam ended up not agreeing to stay at our location.
Okay. And let me ask you, is that a conversation that you directly had with the defendant?
Yes.
And I believe a second ago you just said also Kayla. So Kayla, is that Kayla Montgomery?
Yes.
That particular day, did you see any other members of the family there?
Yes, they had their 2 sons and Harmony in the back seat.
Okay. And how did you see her in person in the back seat, or did you just know that she was there?
I just know that all 3 children were there. None of the children got out of the vehicle.
Okay. Did you look into the vehicle at any point to put eyes on them?
We offered them food, so I believe at one time I kind of put my hand in, and that was that. I didn't really look at the children, so what I was there for.
Okay. And from your recollection today, how many children were in the car at that time?
3.
Thank you. Moving forward from Thanksgiving, I want to talk to you about the couple of months after that. Did you see the defendant again, Adam Montgomery, sometime between December and January, December of 2019 into January of 2020?
Multiple times.
Okay. And at any point in time during that month, December going into January, did you have a conversation with him about Harmony and her condition?
We did, yes, or I did, yes.
Okay. Where did Mr. Montgomery say she was at that point?
He told us that he brought Harmony back to her mother.
Do you know what her mother's name is?
Crystal, maybe?
Okay. And let me ask with regards to that, I apologize. Did the defendant ever tell you what her name is? I should have asked a better question there.
No, he did not.
And with regards to how she was back with her mother, what did the defendant tell you about why that happened or how it happened or when it happened?
He told us that he brought her back to her mother because Harmony was having multiple accidents in the vehicle.
And by accidents, what do you mean by accidents?
She was using the bathroom in the vehicle.
What, if anything, did the defendant say about Harmony now being with her mother as compared to Harmony being with Adam?
I'm sorry, not.
Sure. At any point in time, did he talk about what kind of, with regards to what Harmony was being provided for, what she could be provided for from her mother as compared to what Adam was able to offer at that time?
A home.
A home?
Yes.
Just a moment, please, Your Honor. Let me ask you, Ms. Garcia, at one point, were you interviewed by officers of the Manchester Police Department about this interaction that we talked about today that you had with
Yes.
Adam Montgomery?
Yes.
Okay. And during the time that you were speaking with them, did you tell them that the defendant told you that she was better off with her mother than with him at the time?
Basis?
Hearsay.
I'm sorry, the defendant.
Yes, I'm asking whether or not she reported those as the defendant's words at that time.
The objection is overruled.
Go ahead, Ms. Garcia.
Yes, he told us that she was better off with her mother because she could provide her a home, and Adam could not.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Garcia. I don't have any further questions for you. I believe defense counsel will have a few.
Okay.
Hi, Ms. Garcia. You indicated on direct examination that a place to stay was offered for the night.
Correct.
Adam was kind of for it.
Yes.
Kayla wasn't.
Correct.
Thank you.
Anything further, Attorney Gotti?
Nothing else. We'd ask this witness to be excused, please.
Any objection?
No objection.
You may step down. You are excused.
Thank you.
Just a brief moment. Your Honor, at this time, the state would call Ms. Kimberly Frame to the stand, please. Thank you. That the testimony you give this jury will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. Please feel free to have a seat. Ms. Frame, as we're being recorded here today, would you please state your first and your last name for the record and spell them out for us?
Kimberly, Kimberly, Frain, Frain.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Frame. Appreciate that. With regards to New Hampshire, do you live in the state?
Yes.
Okay. And generally, what town do you live in?
Meredith.
In Meredith. And what are you doing for work right now?
I'm working in healthcare at a hospital.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
Almost 3 years.
How far have you gone in school?
I'm actually back in school now.
Oh, what are you studying?
Where?
What? I'm sorry, what are you studying?
It's kind of long. Healthcare administration.
Okay. And how long have you been, or how long do you have to go before you get a degree?
Like 3 more years.
3 more years?
Yeah.
All right. Pardon me. So I'm going to ask just one question at a time, so I'd ask you to please listen carefully to either my question or any other counsel's question that you get asked. And if I'm talking too quickly or if you don't understand my question, just let me know. I'll be happy to restate it, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks. Prior to where you live now, did you used to live in Manchester back in 2019?
Yes.
All right. And do you know of somebody by the name of Adam Montgomery?
Yes.
All right. Did you ever used to work at a Dunkin' Donuts on Beach Street in Manchester?
Yes.
How long did you work there?
Like 5 years,
About 5 years?
maybe?
Okay. Let me ask, do you also know the name Kayla Montgomery?
Yes.
And what was when you, and have you met Kayla Montgomery?
Yes.
Right. What's the relationship between Kayla Montgomery and Adam Montgomery when you first met them?
I met them at work. We worked together. First, I worked with Kayla, and then Adam worked with us too.
With regards to Kayla and Adam, did you ever meet Adam's daughter, Harmony Montgomery?
Once.
One time?
Yes.
Did you ever spend time with her?
Yes, I babysat her and the 2 boys, or 1 boy at the time, at my house.
At your house?
Yeah.
And would this have been back in 2019?
Yeah, I think it was the summer of 2019.
I'd like to ask some specific questions for you about Adam Montgomery, specifically about beginning in the winter of that year, at the end of 2019, all right?
Okay.
All right. Did you ever bring Adam Montgomery jumper cables to try to start a car?
Yes.
How many times have you done that for him?
Once.
Just the one time.
One time.
How did he reach out to you for help?
He either called me or it was on Facebook. I can't remember which. And he said that their car had died and it was freezing out and they wanted me to come jumpstart their car. And I told them no, but they kept begging and I felt bad. So I went.
Okay. So you said maybe they messaged you or reached out on Facebook. Is that right? Did you have a Facebook account at one point that just went by the name Kimberly Frayne?
Yeah.
And is that the account that he might have messaged you on?
Yeah.
What time was this? What time of morning was this that Adam reached out, or you got these messages asking for a jump?
It was in the middle of the night. I just remember that. It was late.
So did you go to where they were and give them a jump?
I did.
Where did you go?
It's behind Elm Street in, I think it's Colonial Apartments.
Okay. And is that at the south side of town, west side, or north side of town?
It's like right down the road from my house on the north side.
Okay. When you saw them, do you remember what kind of car they were in that night?
Yeah, they were in a blue Audi.
Now, when you went to meet them, first of all, what was the weather like that night?
It was cold. It was freezing.
So when you got there, who, if anybody, got into your car?
I pulled up and I don't remember the beginning, but I don't think I brought like a jumper pack that my ex-husband had, and a Good Samaritan came by and him and Adam jump-started it, and Kayla jumped in my car with the 2 boys and we just blasted the heat to keep them warm.
To keep them warm?
Yeah.
So you said it was Kayla and the 2 boys?
2 boys.
Okay. So I know you said before that you had babysat Harmony on one occasion. Was Harmony there with you? Did she get into the car as well with Kayla and the 2 boys?
No.
Did you see Harmony at all while you were there that night?
No.
And I believe you said a Good Samaritan came along. Do you remember who that is or even know who that
No, it
is?
was just somebody in the complex saw us struggling.
Okay. And I guess I'll ask this one other question. After that one time, did you ever jump a car for them again?
No. I was distancing myself from them at that point.
Do you remember the exact day that this occurred in the winter of 2019, end of 2019?
I don't.
Okay. Just that it was very cold out, is that right?
Yeah.
Just a moment, please, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, Ms. Rain. I have one more question just for you in general. With regards to conversations that you've had with Adam Montgomery, the defendant in this case, with regards to those conversations, did you ever have a conversation with him about Harmony having bathroom accidents or wetting herself or defecating herself in her pants?
I don't think so. Not him.
Not him?
No.
Okay. With anybody else?
Maybe with Kayla, but I don't remember exactly.
Well, and I don't want you to guess. So if you remember, you remember. If you don't, you don't. That's okay. And so you're saying your testimony is you don't.
I don't remember.
All right. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I have no further questions for you. I believe defense counsel may have a few.
Thank you.
Counsel, you want to move, come up?
Yes, Your Honor.
About that? Go ahead.
Good afternoon, and I only have a couple of questions.
Okay.
You were recalled that whatever car that you jumped, you thought it was a blue Audi?
Yeah.
And you know from before that Adam used to drive a Sebring?
It was a silver car.
Okay. This was not the car that Adam used to drive around, right? And you remembered this way back in 2021 when the police first asked you about it, right?
Yeah.
And your memory, even the first time you talked about it, was a blue Sebring. Blue Audi.
No, I think I might have told them I think I told them it was the silver car, but it was the Audi they were in.
Okay, so you're really clear about that, huh?
Yeah.
So what changed when you first said the Sebring and then sort of recalled the Audi?
I just couldn't remember the time frames because it was so long ago.
Okay, so I understand that, but what changed your recollection of the type of car?
Overruled, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I think you said at first you told him it was the Sebring, but then the blue Audi when they first started questioning you on it, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what it was that made you say that it was the blue Audi?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Anything further? You may step down. Counsel approach.